Okay, so anyway, back to this here then. I got my table of values set up for these. We're just going to graph them together. Every 9 of these, we'll talk about why those are important here today for that. So I'm going to start with sine. Sine of 0 is going to start at 0. I'll do this in red. Sine of 90 is going to be 1. Sine of 180 is going to be 0, 270, 360, 450, and 540. The thing is that we will notice a beautiful pattern here as we go along. Okay, so on the left, again, these will go off forever. Whoa.
What is that called again? A periodic what?
Periodic function.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be y equals sine theta. Okay, hopefully this should become back appeal from yesterday. Okay, but this is sort of the main thing. We're going to worry about transformations today, as I was trying to say. Okay, for cosine, cosine is going to start at 1 and work your way down. And we're going to go a nice beautiful blue wave. It's not relaxed, don't you feel there's start looking at beautiful waves? Wow. You're not, okay, but go with me here. So there's y equals cos theta. Okay, good. That's what we did yesterday. Hopefully we're all on the same page. If you weren't here yesterday, for those who were running a test yesterday, this will be, that's sort of what we were trying to do from that. Today we're going to do with transformations and all sorts of other fun stuff with graphs. Okay, good. Yes, very good. Yeah. Lovely. All right, today we're going to do transformations. This is the title. Transformations of sinusoidal functions. Amplitude? Yes. Sinusoidal. Sinusoidal. Sinusoidal, that one. Sinusoidal.
Sinusoidal.
And well, class here for a second, or words. What's that? So we're good? Yes, that's all we're doing today is graphing. That's all we're doing today is graphing. Okay, so we have 5 main things we need for these. Now I'm going to talk about all 5 of these terms. We're going to use these so much in this course that you will say, yeah, I totally got it. Life is easy. Okay, what amplitude is going to be? It's going to be the vertical stretch. I'm going to say bracket from the middle, from the axis up or down. Okay, so if you think yesterday we were talking about amplitude, what that was the height of the waves. Okay, so if you're at the beach and it says the waves are 1 meter, that's going to be a 1 meter wave up in the middle, and then 1 meter down behind it is going to be amplitude. Axis is going to be the vertical translation. Vertical translation. We're going to say middle of the graph. Period is going to be over, we'll say where the graph repeats, generally 360 degrees. Action points are going to be when the graph goes from Okay, so the action, I'll give you a second to scroll all this down, then we'll talk. And the phase shift is the horizontal translation. Okay, so I will never say the blue words probably ever again. Jennifer, stand this on here, please. I will only be using nice words like amplitude, axis, phase shift, period, action points. That's what I'll be using. After we do 3 examples today, we're going to say this is easy. I got it. Okay, if you're not here today, I feel bad for you. Good thing you came to it.
It's like what we did in grade 5.
Except for more awesome because it was waves. Okay, this is also like what we've done already this year with that after that stuff, right? We were multiplying the y values by 3 and all that. Because if you take a look, an amplitude is going to be multiplying the y values.
Yeah.
Right? A axis is going to be like moving the entire graph up. Period is going to be, multiplying or dividing their axes. Same with action points, and phase shift is horizontal translation. So it is exactly what we've done before in grade 10 and this year. It just worded a little bit differently.
And with waves.
And with more awesome mistakes, and then more awesome you got. Okay, so this is a lot of big terminology there. So amplitude, axis, period, action points, and phase shift. We will have to find each of those for every graph that we do. All right, I will list them. I think I'm kind enough. If I wrote back to my test last year, I said graph this, and then I wrote here amplitude, and you wrote what the amplitude was in axis, period, and action points to sort of fill in the blanks in a geograph and that. Once you do these, Conrad, after a few of them, they're relatively easy. Am I correct? Yeah. Okay, just you gotta get the process down in the next piece of data. Okay. Also remember, since I got a second here to talk while you guys are scribbling, on your final exam, you're just going to go 4 or 5 graphs. If you want to pass the exam, make sure that you're able to do all the graphs in this course, right? Because that's probably about 40% of the marks. I'd say probably are just graphs. Okay, so if you can ace your graphs, you get to 40 on the exam guaranteed. Then you can worry about factoring and everything else after that. Okay, so make sure. Because I'm cruel. That's why. You guys ask me why I do things.
Why do so many graphs?
I pause for a second. The last